Welcome to Sammy and Marissa's Husbands, coming at you live from the 818 in the 910.
Yeah,
Privacy redaction. If you're wondering why there's a blank space of audio, Trey just gave out my address to the world, so I'm gonna be editing that out.
honestly, in all actuality, your microphone probably cut out for the entire 15 seconds of the intro. Um, but today, short little episode for us. This day in history, NBA Finals. Little about the softball league. Average Joe's 3.0.
Below average Joe's 3.0.
Below, yeah, excuse me, definitely not average. Um, Sports movies draft, which will be fun. Random questions, some pet peeves, and some final thoughts. Before we do this day in history, I need to address something. It seems my podcast partner had an extra podcastrial affair that I did not know about. Um, he said he was doing a solo episode, which I said whatever. I will not be listening because the solo episodes are so bad. And then come to find out, he uh he committed some adultery on me and had a guest on the podcast without me, and I'm a little hurt. I'm not gonna lie.
Um, what Trey is referring to is the episode entitled A Rapper's Ode to Padme, because we did a Star Wars draft and a Rappers draft, which is also our second most watched episode. And the person who is on the podcast with me doesn't even listen to the stuff I do by myself. So that's neither here nor there.
I'll tell you why it's the second most watched episode. It's because your pal, our resident rap analyst, probably re-listened to his part 35 times. Only one other view, and it was you, and the other 26 are him.
Okay, well, now that we have the scorned woman out of the way, we can get down to this day in history.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, this day in history, as we know, Juneteenth, right? June 19th. Juneteenth didn't become a holiday until 2021. Well, didn't become a federal holiday until 2021.
Careful.
Yep, it was a holiday. It was just basically a state holiday in all 50 states. We'll get to that in a second. But Juneteenth basically is the abolition of slavery announced in Texas in 1865. It's not the same as the Emancipation Proclamation by Abraham Lincoln. That did proclaim freedom to all the slaves, but it was basically not able to be enforced because of the Civil War and stuff. So it wasn't until the Union soldiers got to Texas and claimed that the Civil War was over and now slaves are free on June 19th, 1865, that slavery was officially free, right? So that's this day in history. Pretty cool. But like I said, it was just a state holiday by almost all the states. And it wasn't until old Sleepy Joe signed some legislation officially declaring it a federal holiday in 2021.
Yep. And for all you racist listening, who I'm sure skipped ahead 2 minutes when they heard Juneteenth, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah, funny story at work. I was talking about the whole staff duty thing.
Uh,
Well, I had to replace a person um of the Caucasian skin color, race, whatever we call them that.
Honky.
Honky. Yeah, yeah. Uh, he said to me, "Yeah, I don't really know why they're getting the holiday. Didn't we just give them the month?"
Oh my God.
And I was very taken back. I didn't even know what to say.
Oh, what can you say to an idiot?
Yeah, no, that was just dumb. And he doesn't come off as the brightest guy in the world. Hopefully, he doesn't listen to this because he'd probably know what he's talking about.
Well, this is Tyler, and you're an idiot, whoever you are.
Yeah, that was wild, but I had to bring that up. So
They
that's this day in
already got
history.
the month.
They already got the month. Is that not the most absurd thing you ever heard?
Yeah.
I was sitting there and I was just like, Did he really just say
I'm gonna be honest, some people listening are gonna agree with that sentiment,
that?
but
Probably. Um, so NBA Finals as we know it have concluded. Celtics completed their gentleman's sweep of the Mavs. Kyrie and Luka both played bad again. I think they both focused on winning the Finals MVP and not winning the actual games. I think Kyrie had a chip. He has a championship, but those Finals MVPs or that Finals MVP obviously went to LeBron. So I think he was like, "Hey, to cement my legacy, I really need to win Finals MVP," and he came out gunning and played like crap basically all series except for one game. Um, and then Luke is the face of the team, so he was probably gunning for it as well. They just played horrible offense, didn't get teammates involved. I cut the game off at the end of the third quarter.
I took at halftime, I was like, this sucks dick. So I took a shower, came back with 10 minutes left in the fourth, finished the game. Jason Tatum really went crazy. He had a great game. He's so much better when he goes to the rim like that and he doesn't shoot that stupid ass fucking step back three. Um, but everything was rolling for them. When Peyton Pritchard hit that half court shot and Mike Breen called it, he was like, he likes this shot. Cash. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go take a shower because this is absurd.
Yeah, Peyton Pritchard is the NBA's version of a special teams player. He literally comes
Yes.
in for those
Yep.
moments every time and makes crazy shots like that a lot. Actually,
He's a closer.
he's a first half closer.
Yeah.
Um, Luka ruined White Boy Summer.
It isn't even summer yet. We couldn't even get to summer.
He ruined it. It was going to be such a good White Boy Summer, and Luka ruined it.
Yeah, 75% of me is upset right now.
I don't even like that statement.
Well, I did think, as much as I didn't want to see the Celtics win, I was happy to see Jaylen Brown get the Finals MVP. I think he deserved it.
Correct. If they would have gave it to Tatum, he did play really good that game. But if they would have gave it to Tatum, I'd have been mad.
He
Honestly,
won that game for them.
100% he won that game for. Well, yes, but their whole team played great.
Yeah.
Um, that was just like the first game that he played good in, basically. Drew Holiday, I think, was in the running for. He didn't have the same stats that Brown had, but I think he was in the running for Finals MVP. He makes that team go.
He someone's, I don't know if we talked about this, but someone said how interesting of a career he has. He has two All-Star game appearances 10 years apart, seven or eight All NBA defensive teams, and two championships the first year he comes. So like someone was saying he's a fringe Hall of Famer, which I think is pushing it. But I think he's in the Hall of really good, like right below that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if he's not on this team this year, I don't know if they win the finals.
I don't know. I mean, he's a freak defensively.
He's just a pest. And honestly, Jaylen Brown on defense too. Like he gave Luka problems. Now, given Luka still got he got his points.
But it wasn't easy.
It was not
He had to
easy.
work for him.
He had to work for him, and he couldn't get his teammates involved like he normally does. But yeah, that whole team defensively is the effort. It's the way they move together, the way they handle his ball screens is just it's good. Um, so NBA concluding. Draft, I believe, is June 26th. I think it's a Thursday.
I think the 26th and the 27th because they split the rounds up, don't they?
I can't remember. They do split the rounds up. The rounds are on different days. I do remember us being in 22 North watching Kadeem get drafted, which was the second round.
Okay.
So maybe it's Wednesday, Thursday.
But yeah, it's probably 2 days.
It's definitely 2 days. It's definitely two
It's
days.
26th and 27th then.
Okay.
Because round one is the 26th.
Yes. So round one is going to be a Wednesday. Round two is going to be a Thursday. Maybe we'll have to hit 22 North again, the second round.
To see Bronny get drafted?
Yeah, 55, baby.
All right.
Um, Kadeem was drafted by the Celtics as well. Speaking of Celtics.
Yeah, he played a lot for the Maine Red Claws.
Mm-hmm.
I remember their G League team. I think it was the D League at the time though. But he had a couple decent years with the Knicks. I think one year he averaged 9 points a game.
Yeah, no, he's had a good career, and then I follow him on social media, and it seems to be still playing well.
Quickest left to right I've ever seen in person.
Quickest left to right. And the only reason I didn't get absolutely embarrassed by him in high school is Coach McSwain said, uh, it will be left to right, or yes, left to right. Like his crossover is going to be left to right. And I just guessed. And it just happened to work out that way. So, but that was fun. That was fun. They beat the hell out of us.
Well, they won the state championship.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
They weren't just like a mediocre
No,
team.
yeah, they were really good.
Um, but moving on from the NBA, we're gonna have to figure out some new sports to watch. I know College World Series stuff is going on. MLB is gonna get into the swing of things. Football is gonna start here soon. Um, but right now, y'all are deep in a nice softball league. Below average Joe's 3.0.
Yep. This is our third year. We were 0-2 coming into the game on Tuesday night. And we brought in our ringer, Mr. Trey over here. And first pitch hits a inside the park home run and almost catches me on the base path, which was not cool. And then I went 0 for 3 with one walk, 1 run scored, 2 runs scored,
Does
one
the
run scored.
one as the pinch runner count?
It counts in the MLB,
I
so it counts in slow pitch softball.
don't know.
So my yearly stats are my batting average is 0.00. My on base percentage is 0.142. My RBIs, I have one RBI, 2 runs scored, 0 errors at first base. I'm a vacuum out there. I'm a DF. I'm a designated fielder. I would like to say Trey had an absolute cannon. Got this guy going to third. Did get gunned down twice though because he is a lazy base runner. He's lazy on the base paths.
So I will say the first one, I didn't know the rules. I thought they had to tag me at home plate. I didn't realize that all they had to do was catch the ball. Um, so I was like, there's no way this, you know, out of shape woman is gonna tag me. So I coasted in. Second one, I was being a little stupid and went and just got that was a good throw from left. That
That
guy
guy
had
had a cannon.
Yeah, that was a really good throw from left. I really didn't expect that. The honestly the odds of the catcher, because everybody puts like the worst player at the catcher, usually. Not always.
Uh, Kevin,
Kevin was playing right field and had two nice snags.
I was gonna say Kevin's gonna take offense to that. You saying they put the worst player at catcher?
No, but from what I saw, who do we put at catcher? Abby. No offense, Abby. I know you're probably listening.
Yeah, we know you are.
Um, she wasn't catching anything from the outfield. And then homegirl on the other team, she did have two nice snags, but not necessarily the most athletic person I've ever seen in my life. Um, but yeah, so I didn't even think I thought the chances of her catching the ball was probably like 10%.
Less.
Yeah, probably less.
That was right on the fucking money.
It was a nice throw.
If she didn't catch it, she would have broke her arm.
I will say it was close.
Yeah.
It was close.
Yeah.
But is it a coincidence that you guys were winless and then I show up for one game and you win 15 to 7?
I don't think it was a coincidence. No, I don't.
Um,
I'd like to highlight some listeners' performances. Kevin, probably his best game he's had so far. Most improved player so far since year 1 to year 3, easily. 2 nice grabs in right field. Wes had a good game hitting the ball. A good game fielding. Had the worst strikeout of all time by far. 10 times worse than mine. He was being greedy. He wanted another hit. Wasn't meant to be.
it was
Drew,
I before we move on from Wes's absurd strikeout. Um, it was so far away from being a strike.
Yeah.
It was like it would have bounced probably 6 inches in front of the plate.
To the right. It wasn't even
Yeah,
straight
it
on.
wasn't close at all.
He almost had to go to a knee to swing that
Yeah.
far and miss.
He almost looked like a cartoon character. You know what I mean? Like it was just so like animated in the way he
Yeah.
like we knew he was missing immediately when he started to swing.
It was like a caricature of someone trying to be a human person. It was awful.
Yeah, it wasn't the best strikeout I've ever seen.
Yeah. You can hang your hat on the fact that I have zero hits though, Wes. So, and I suck. Um, Drew, 3 for 4. Uh, Possibly season-ending injury, blew out his quad. I don't know how. Uh, Tingo had a good game. Ed wasn't there, so we put Jace at third, and he almost decapitated a man running to first. So that was scary. Nicole, Michaela, great games. Who am I missing?
Eric Eric played good.
Eric played good.
If you didn't pinch run for Eric on my first at bat, I 100% would have called Eric. He's not necessarily
You would have got a double, maybe.
maybe. I don't know if he would have went to third.
I don't know. Yeah, I was going though.
You were moving.
Yeah, these motherfuckers act like I'm slow. I'm one of the fastest people on the team, and you can take that to the bank. Anybody who wants to race me.
I think Thursday after the game, we have a nice 40-yard dash race. If anybody's got beef.
Well, they probably do have beef, but they're not healthy enough to fucking run.
That's fair.
They get hurt. So I think that's good enough for softball. We have a game on Thursday. Um, I'll touch on my tennis a little bit. I had a match on Monday. A guy said I was the quickest player he ever saw at the net. I said, thanks. And then a woman said, your hands are quick. We won that. And then I had a tennis match today.
Before we move on from that, yeah, let's just be clear.
The hands.
Not the feet.
No, not the feet. No, no. My hands are crazy though. In case you get lippy, you probably get fucking shit beat. Had a match today. Got absolutely mollywopped. 6-1, 6-0, worst I've ever been beat. I still played good, but there was just nothing we could do.
Yeah, I showed up for like the last 10 minutes of that match and they the guy carried the team. The girl kind of just stayed out of the way. But the guy had a really solid serve and he was lanky. He returned the ball pretty well.
He was like 6'4" and like really long arms.
Yeah, he seemed pretty good.
He was good. I tried hitting it low to him a lot, but really he honestly had like a good pickup and he was really nice. So I kind of felt bad when I said fuck you to him, but he took it in stride.
He did. He was a good sport.
Yeah, he was a good sport about it.
If he
Also, what are you gonna be mad? You're beating the shit out of me. I let one slip.
Yeah, I was about to say like if he was losing, he might not have been as good of a sport about it.
Yeah. I mean, listen, he was tall. I would have whipped his ass. He's probably like 45, 50.
He also weighed maybe a buck 45.
Yeah, I slammed him on his neck.
Yeah. All right, so moving on from softball, we have a sports movies draft. Um, so we're gonna hop right into it. This was actually Tyler's idea, so I will then go first. We're gonna do five each. Um, with my first pick of the sports movies draft, the way I'm gonna approach this is kind of like my favorites of the sports movies.
Yeah.
So, you guys might have beef with my list. This is what I like. Um, uh, First pick, Friday Night Lights.
Okay.
Uh, if you want to win, put Boogie in.
James Vanderbeek, right?
No.
That's Varsity Blues.
Yeah.
Possible pick later down the line.
Possible.
Now, Friday Night Lights, did they also have the TV show?
They also did have the TV show. This is not to be confused with the TV show.
Is there any similarities with them?
Similarities in the storyline, yes. The TV show is obviously longer. It has more seasons, and it kind of goes into a different direction. But I think the movie is definitely better. The movie has drawing a blank on his name, coach from Bad News Bears.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton is the coach, and I think he does a really good job as a coach. And Booby Miles is maybe my favorite movie character of all time. He's gonna knock you out with black Nikes on his feet.
Oh God. All right. For my first pick, I am gonna go with possibly one of the greatest films of all time. Remember the Titans.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's definitely on my list. I'm sad I didn't get that one. Um, that's just a good movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Good movie.
Denzel,
Yeah,
baby.
Denzel's a great actor, and he plays that role so perfectly.
There's the other coach. I cannot think of that guy's name. He's a really good actor too.
He was in Fast and the Furious. No, not Fast and the Furious. Gone in 60 Seconds. You ever seen that movie?
I don't think so.
That's good. It's got Nicolas Cage in it.
No,
You
I
should check that
haven't.
out.
I
That's a,
haven't. I
that's a
like Nicolas
and
Cage. Yeah.
Angelina Jolie. Old movie.
I haven't heard her. What'd she do?
Yeah, I never heard of her either. I just know her name for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, so check that movie out eventually. But Remember the Titans, just phenomenal movie. I mean, honestly, could be regarded as the best sports movie of all time.
That's why it was my number one
Yeah,
pick.
that's fair. Um, Second on my list is gonna be Coach Carter.
Nice.
Um, I love that movie. Timo Cruz. Good, just
Channing
all
Tatum.
around. Channing Tatum's in that movie. Like I said, he does look like he can play a little basketball. Um, but yeah, my girl Ashanti's in there. She. But yeah, I love that movie.
Great movie. Sam Jackson, baby.
Yeah, man, another great one.
Samuel L. Motherfucking Jackson. For my number two pick, I am gonna go with a movie that I loved when I was a kid, The Sandlot.
Oh, that's a good one. I wasn't even thinking there. That's a good pick right there. That's a good slept on sports movie pick.
I love
Um,
that movie.
that one doesn't get as much because it's not necessarily based on a true story like
Yeah.
a lot of the sports movies, but um just iconic film.
Fucking James Earl Jones,
Yeah.
that big ass dog.
I'm pretty sure Bryce just got a pair of PF Flyers.
No shit.
Yeah. I think they were like reselling them. I think that could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he did. I think Claire got him a pair of PF Flyers. I don't know if he actually wears them out and stuff, but they're pretty cool.
The scene that I think of a lot from that movie is the kid with the glasses at the pool
Yeah.
with the lifeguard.
Squints.
Yeah, Squints.
Yeah, that's a good scene. Um, yeah, good pick. Um, my number three, I don't know, it's not as popular, I don't think, but again, I love this movie. Gridiron Gang.
With The Rock?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Gridiron Gang with The Rock and Exhibit. Um, I like the story. I think it's very intriguing and fun to follow, and I think it's based on a true story as well. I think that's a really good movie.
He's a high school coach, or it's like a juvenile detention coach, right?
Correct. It's a juvenile detention coach and kind of a way for them to use football as an outlet to get them off the streets and stuff. Just overall good movie, exciting, good story.
Good pick. I haven't seen that movie in so long. I'm gonna stick with the actually, no, I'm not.
Mm,
And this is gonna be, I don't know if we'll count this as the whole series or if it'll just be one movie, but you let me know.
okay.
Rocky.
I think we count it as the series.
Okay.
Because we could go on. Those Rocky movies could
Yeah, that
probably
could be
be.
all 10 picks.
Yeah, those are great movies.
But to distinguish, not the Creed movies, just the six Rocky
Okay.
movies.
Yep, just the Rocky movies. Rocky movies were ahead of their time, I think.
Marissa hasn't even seen them.
Now you got to get on those.
They're such good movies.
Yeah.
Growing up, I think my favorite is Rocky 3.
Is that Mr. T?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when Mickey dies, it's so sad. It's fucked.
That's a sad scene.
But yeah, it's got highs, but then Rocky Five sucks. That's one with Tommy
The
Gunn.
Tommy gun, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I didn't like them as they started to progress. I think the best ones are the Apollo Creed ones, one
one
and
and two.
two.
Yeah.
Um, Living in America, James Brown. He comes out to that dancing in his American flag trunks, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. Carl Weathers.
RIP. I wanted to be him.
Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
There's still time.
Yeah, maybe. I gotta work on my hands.
Yeah, I think he'd probably beat your ass. He played in the NFL.
Yeah, he
Carl
did.
Weathers.
He did.
Stubbs.
Stubbs, yeah. Um, Good pick though. My four, I don't think it gets looked on a lot, but Moneyball,
Oh, that's a good movie. Brad Pitt, Jonah
Brad
Hill.
Pitt. How can you look at baseball and not think it's romantic? That's not the actual phrase in the movie, but
How can
you,
you not be romantic about
yeah,
baseball?
there you go. There you go. I don't know, just a feel good film.
It's interesting to see, especially because I like statistics, like that analytics side of it.
Yeah,
And those teams were pretty good.
yeah,
Obviously, they never won a World Series, so it's kind of like, is it really? I think there needs to be a good mixture of what they had and, paying for talent.
yeah.
For my number four, I am gonna go with The Water Boy.
Good movie. Good movie. Anything Adam Sandler is good. I don't care
Yeah,
if it's like the dumb things he releases on Netflix, but
yeah.
like
You can't go wrong with Sandman.
can't go wrong with the same, man. It's a good mixture of funny and a good story to it.
Me and Drew saw him live, like stand up in Charlotte.
I didn't know that.
Me, Marissa, Casey.
How was that?
It was really good. And Kevin James opened for him like as a surprise.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really good. Like I never really watched his stand up before, and then going from seeing him in movies to seeing stand up is so different.
Yeah. Did he do some singing?
Yeah. He also talked about like a relationship he had with a balloon, and then he like had like sex with the balloon in the bit. It was funny, but it was really out there. It was really out there.
Oh man, that's good stuff. That is
Adam,
pretty
if you're
cool.
listening, I love the balloon bit where you went down on it and got a squeaky voice.
Got some helium.
Yeah.
Um, all right, my number five is gonna be Varsity Blues. I know we talked about it already, but
Seems to be a trend here.
that was gonna be my pick. Either way, that's James Van Der Beek. I love that movie.
What's the offensive lineman's name? Billy Bob?
Billy Bob.
Yeah.
Billy Bob. Yeah, that's just the all-time movie. Strip club scene is crazy.
I haven't seen that movie in so long. I don't even remember.
Yeah, it's hard to like it's funny because they portray these people in high school and stuff like
I'm
that.
going to a strip
It's like
club.
you're
Yeah.
really going to a strip club literally all night
Yeah,
in high school. I mean, it was in Texas though. Everything's different in Texas.
that's true. For my last pick, I don't want to play this. I'll go I'll go a movie that I just like and that I almost didn't want to watch, but Marissa convinced me to watch it. Field of Dreams.
Good movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Another
movie too.
another James Earl Jones.
Yeah, yeah, that is a good movie. Baseball movies are slept on, I feel like.
We missed a lot of them. Bull Durham,
Mm-hmm.
For the Love of the Game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck the Rookie.
The Rookie's a good one.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
That's going to be my honorable mention is The Rookie.
Okay. Um, my honorable mention, I think, is gonna be Invincible. The one about
Oh,
Mark
the
Wahlberg.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one about the Eagles. I think that's an awesome movie.
Never seen it.
Seriously?
Yep.
It's two movies that I've seen that you haven't seen, which is actually crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. Wait, what's the other one?
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that could almost be a sports movie because it's about cars and stuff like
I
that.
I
It's more
almost
about stealing cars.
yeah, I almost picked well then in that case Fast and Furious the original ones could be like sports movies, right?
Yeah, I
It,
guess in theory, if you're considering that a
yeah.
sport.
Because I almost picked The Color of Money, which is a pool movie, but
Yeah.
then I wanted to stick to traditional sports.
Queen's Gambit.
Isn't that about chess?
Yeah. It's just a sport.
If you ask Mike, it is. Mikey Two Sticks good at chess.
Have you seen that series on Netflix?
Mm-mm.
Queen's Gambit. It's short. It's real short, but it's a cool series. It's different. About a girl in an orphanage that gets really good at chess. She becomes, what are they called? Like masters? Um, I don't know what the term is.
Dragon, I think.
No, no, no.
Oh, that's the Ku Klux Klan. Sorry, I don't know what happened.
Close. Um, Grandmaster.
Grandmaster. That's also the Ku Klux Klan.
Probably, yeah.
Grand Dragon.
Fuck.
God.
It's Juneteenth and we're talking about the Ku Klux Klan. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
we're saying it wrong. We keep saying Ku Klux.
Yeah, true.
So fuck them. We're not gonna say your name right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the draft. So just a little recap. I took Friday Night Lights, Coach Carter, Gridiron Gang, Moneyball, Varsity Blues with an honorable mention in Invincible.
And I took Remember the Titans, The Sandlot, the Rocky movies, The Waterboy, Field of Dreams, and honorable mention The Rookie. Shout out Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, that's a fun draft. I think honestly we could go on and on
There's
and
so
on.
many we missed, and it's like, but I'm happy with mine.
Yeah, for sure. You know who has good, what streaming service has good sports movies is Disney Plus. They have all those like Remember the Titans and stuff like that on their streaming service.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
I didn't know that. I pretty much only use Disney Plus for like Star Wars shit
Yeah,
and Marvel shit. I don't even think about it like
I
that.
think Disney like bought out the maker, whoever made those films. And they have a lot of good ones. So if I'm ever like, sometimes Sam really loves those like sports documentaries, something based on a true story. Um, so a lot of times she'll be in the mood to watch something like that, and we'll just get on Disney Plus and watch one of those.
You
Um,
can't go wrong with like a feel good sports movie.
no, I agree. Some of my favorite type of movies for sure.
It's
But
definitely something that I've done less as I've watched more movies. I haven't. This is a lot of these are like from when I'm a kid. Well, they all are,
yeah,
except Field of Dreams.
right. You don't always go back and watch those
Yeah,
again. Like, sure, you've seen them and you're like, oh, this is a great movie, but you don't like watch it on a continuous basis.
no basketball movies for me.
Yeah, the only one I have is Coach Carter. Hoosiers was on my list.
Hoosiers, White Men Can't Jump.
Yeah.
He Got Game was on mine.
Ab-
Shout out Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Above the Rim, Jesus Shuttle, that's a good. He Got Game is good. Above the Rim is good. It's not as good. It's not in the same tier as all those other ones,
Yeah,
but it's a basketball movie. Um,
that's there's a shooting in that one, right?
there is a shooting in that. I can't remember the actors' names. Um,
Dennis Haysbert.
that sounds right.
That's the dude.
The bald dude.
It's the guy who is like on like the commercials for car insurance. The
Yeah.
really deep voice.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't he like go out there in like jeans and like bust people's asses?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good movie.
that's a good movie.
I believe I have a lot of movies to watch.
Yeah. But moving on, random questions. You have any random questions?
I'll come up with them on the fly.
Uh,
I could do 20.
All right. So no long pauses.
Fuck. That's my thing.
Yeah, no.
I'm like random questions to ask friend on podcast.
Okay. First random question. What's the worst state to drive through?
Um, does DC count?
It's technically not a state.
So I'm gonna say no, it doesn't count. DC sucks dick though.
DC does suck to drive through.
I would say I've only done East Coast driving really, and I haven't done much going south. Drove to Florida one time, drove to Alabama one time. Going to Myrtle Beach is nothing. I would say New York.
Yeah, I could see how New York would suck to drive through. Why does it suck to drive through? What's
Just like if because where we're from is close to New York City, and you have to kind of go around it, and everybody else is going around it.
yeah.
And just as soon as you get to that like tri-state area, It's just traffic
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Like taking the bypass, and then everybody else is also taking the bypass, so it's not really even like a bypass.
and tolls. Like
Oh
just
yeah.
driving. I would just say New York, but driving to New York, the tolls and shit, and like the toll money allegedly goes towards fixing the roads, and the roads suck massive penises. Peni?
Potentially, that's the
No, it's
plural.
penises.
I don't know. I've never really looked into the plural of penises.
Hey Google, what is the multiple of penises?
Um, okay, so you're taking New York?
I would take New York, yeah. I wonder if we should ever. Oh no, that'd be too hard to keep track of the random questions because the answers are kind of long-winded.
Yeah, I try to do like open-ended questions for those.
Yeah.
Um,
Spark debate.
right, right. My answer for worst states to drive through. So I've driven probably through more states than you just because I was out in Colorado and had to drive home, and we would take multiple ways because of this one state that's so bad to drive through. Um, but by far the worst.
Let me guess.
Okay.
Texas.
Well, that is if we go south. And Texas isn't fun to drive through, but it has nothing compared to Kansas.
Is it just boring?
There is nothing, nothing in Kansas. The only thing Kansas can claim is Kansas City, and it's not even in
That's
Kansas.
in Missouri, right?
Exactly. It's literally just windmills for like 6 straight hours.
Just energy.
Yeah.
Just killing birds.
And like if you drive through Kansas at night, you can't see the windmills, obviously, but they all have these blinking red lights on them. So planes don't hit them, I guess. And
That
it's
makes
literally
sense.
the first time I drove through Kansas at night, I thought like there was an alien invasion because I had no idea what it was.
Now, now Wes is gonna want to go to Kansas.
But scenery is by far Kansas. They actually have tumbleweeds in Kansas. I swear to God. And they're like blowing across the road just like it's
Dude,
a
I
cartoon.
would have to like take a video of it if I saw actual tumbleweed.
There's actually tumbleweeds in Kansas. And but as far as um the state with the worst drivers has to be South Carolina.
Fuck South Carolina, dude. Fuck South Carolina as a state. No offense, Corey. Um, it's just a shithole state. Myrtle Beach is nice. Charleston is nice.
I haven't had the greatest experiences in Myrtle Beach, so maybe you think it's nicer than I think,
I
but
like Myrtle Beach. It's big, trashier Carolina Beach, which hell yeah.
hell yeah, brother. Um,
Rios, Broadway at the beach.
Broadway at the beach is cool. I do like Broadway at the beach.
You got something on your eyelash. It's been freaking me out.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I just had eye surgery.
Play the eye surgery card.
Um, but all in all, it's probably from my drops. I am on the juice. Technically, I have steroid drops.
It was like a feather from a cushion. What the fuck are you talking about?
Now it does crust up around my eye sometimes.
Okay, gross.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, South Carolina's the worst drivers. Right when you cross into South Carolina from Georgia, like I swear to God, just you start seeing South Carolina license plates and they don't know what the fuck's going on.
It's the same thing coming the other way.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
That's gonna go into my pet peeve a little
And they got
later.
like those concrete highways.
Yeah, like where it's like little blocks.
Yeah, and he's like, don't.
That's like more 95, I think, than it
Yeah,
is like the state.
that makes sense
Um,
because that's like a national
yeah,
highway.
like all the way up 95 north and south is all that concrete style.
I wonder if it handles weather better than a typical like asphalt highway.
I think the reason they do it is because it's easier to go in there and replace one concrete block than it is to repave
Right.
the whole road.
That makes sense.
Um, but yeah, that's my first random question.
That's crazy because I thought like we had had like three fucking questions by now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's why it is
Yeah.
open-ended and long, and it would be hard to do a spreadsheet of those.
Yeah.
Um, I do have another if you don't have one.
No, I got one.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite blanket? Like like a Obviously not like it pretty much only have like your bed blanket. Like a favorite, I guess these are called like throw blankets. My favorite is probably that one.
The one I'm using right now.
Yeah.
Um, so fun fact about blankets is we're sitting in Tyler's living room right now. Um, and you know, he has a blanket over top of himself. And he then asked me, "Hey, can you please come cut the fan on?" And I'm like, "What are you like hot?" And he's like, "Yes, I'm dying." And I'm like, "Okay, you're covered up by a blanket, dude. Why don't you just take the blanket off?" But whatever. I do usually, but at home, Sammy's very much focused on the aesthetic of our home.
Mm,
Um, and usually, comfy blankets aren't the most aesthetically pleasing blankets.
that's true.
So,
Like these aren't like you can't put these out for a theme.
right, exactly. So she had these blankets that she loved, and they were soft and they were cozy, right? But um, they were so small.
Yeah.
And I hate a small blanket. Like especially when I want like I'm cold and I want a blanket to like be on the couch with or whatever, and it doesn't cover but like just my legs.
See, I would wear it the opposite way and my feet would be uncovered. And I can't really sleep like that. Like if you, especially if like you go to someone's house and you're drunk or whatever, you want to pass out on the couch
Yeah.
and you just have that little tiny ass blanket and then you got to try and use like a pillow as a blanket for your feet.
Yeah,
I hate that.
that is honestly the worst.
Yeah. Well, all these are big ass blankets.
Yeah, I'm a fan of a big ass blanket. I do have like a Carolina blanket that I take with me when I have staff duty and I have to sleep in my office. I use that and that's like my comfort blanket.
I feel it. I had a favorite blanket when I stayed at Corey's house. It was like a woody blanket.
And it was like first dibs, first thing you get to Corey's house is like, I call Woody.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting my blanket.
That's pretty funny. Um, all right. Next question. Would you ever move away from Wilmington?
Oof.
Like, for instance, scenario for you. Seaview is expanding, and
No,
they're
the
like,
answer is no.
Tyler, you've been such a great fishmonger.
They've got about 8 or 9 people they pick ahead of me.
Well, like, so listen, and they're like, hey, we've really seen potential in you. We want to keep everybody we have at this store, but we're expanding to a Savannah, Georgia location, and we want you to go be a manager there. And we're going to pay you a good sum of money. How much money would it be for you to have to leave?
It would have to be a life for me to move away from my friends and my family. It would have to be a life-changing amount of money. And I've already made, humble brag, over $100,000 in a year. So it would have to honestly like $400,000 probably.
Okay, well, that's not going to happen.
Which I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it would, for me, I know I can make a certain amount of money here. So the money isn't as much of a factor. It would have to be something that would like drastically change my life to uproot everything.
Okay, but like going to be to start a new location in a management position, making good money. I mean, is it not life-changing to put that on a resume?
That's not attractive to me.
Okay.
I mean, I have a job that has unlimited earning potential. Very much swings with the economy, though.
True, but you could also have that same job there.
True. I'm sure the Savannah real estate market is competitive price wise.
Yeah.
It's just probably expensive down there. But, I mean, I would not say the so the answer would be yes, but it would have to be for the right amount of money.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Seaview, if you're listening, it's $400,000 is my number. Kyle, see if you can make that happen for me, brother. This one, I don't even know if you would know. It just came to me because of something that's going on with my favorite baseball team right now. I'm not going to mention anything about the no, 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 no,
Favorite team.
no, no, no,
Okay,
no,
okay,
no,
okay,
no. I'm not
okay.
going to mention anything because last time I mentioned them, they went on like a fucking horrible losing streak. So I'm not even going to mention their name. You know what it is.
Yeah, the Yankees.
You fuck the Yankees. Do you have a favorite fast food mascot?
Uh, Not necessarily fast food mascot. I
Or
mean,
like, I guess, let's just say brand mascot.
um, no, not really off the top of my head. I can't think of
I mean, very random.
that's very random. Brand mascots. Um,
I'll toss them out at you.
okay, yeah, yeah.
Tony the Tiger.
Oh, good, yeah.
You just say one. I'll say some. You rate them out of 10.
Okay.
Tony the Tiger.
Toad the Tiger, I feel like it's gonna be probably up there, but I don't know who else is on the back of the list, so I'm gonna give him a 7.
Okay, it's fair. I think
Okay.
the King from Burger King.
Yeah, so I was thinking about the him, and I was thinking about Ronald McDonald. The King from Burger King freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah.
He's the
So
man, though.
I'm gonna give the King from Burger King because he serves horse meat a 5.
Okay. Um, the cow from Chick-fil-A.
Eat more chicken.
Those ads crack me up.
They are funny. Um,
But as a mascot, though,
he doesn't do much. I gonna give 6. I'm gonna go one up
you're gonna
above.
go higher
Yeah,
than
higher
the
than
King with the fucking
yeah.
cow.
The thing about the king that I think about is that dude on the airplane in the crown, the Burger King.
Oh my God. That I don't even know how I would react if I saw that in person. I might pass out laughing so hard if I saw that in real life. Um, I'll do a couple more. Um, we'll hit Ronald McDonald. Might as well hit the big ones.
Yeah, I feel like Ronald McDonald's kind of iconic. Um, got big shoes,
Huge shoes.
huge shoes. I mean, he's a clown,
Makes sense. Checks out. Hitting all the boxes, Ronald.
but he is a clown.
Yep.
I go 6.
I'm trying to figure out your grading scale here. What about the Jack in the Box guy?
I don't even know who that is.
We'll skip it then.
Oh, does he look like a snowman?
Yeah, he's got the red nose.
Yeah, 4.
Mm, okay. Seeing if I can get a 10 or like a 0
Tony the Tiger was by far the best one.
so far.
Yeah,
Okay. I did say brand mascots and I've
just done
transitioned
fast
to
food.
fast food. Yeah.
Well, you said fast food
Oh,
restaurant,
yeah,
and that's
that's
supposed to
fair.
start.
My favorite, Grimace.
Grimace? I don't even know where Grimace is from.
McDonald's.
No.
He's the big purple guy. You don't know Grimace?
No.
Oh God.
Oh, there was a Grimace shake, wasn't there?
And it was fucking good too.
Yeah,
The funny thing is, because I bought I have like a Grimace t-shirt
it doesn't shock me.
and careful, you're sitting close enough for me to fucking hit you. Um, Allie was talking crazy shit to me about how Grimace is an industry plant and all this, and McDonald's was doing all this stuff last year. His birthday passed, they didn't even mention it. They said nothing about it. 1 year, one and done.
So he was an industry plant.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he was a new character, but they came up with this idea and then made a bunch of money on it. Nothing. And that shake was good.
It was purple?
Yeah. Probably an unhealthy amount of food coloring in there.
Oh yeah, and the calories in that bitch.
Oh, well, it's a milkshake.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't really know, but yeah, Tony the Tiger definitely
Out of those, I think Tony the Tiger is probably the best one. But the Lucky Charms guy.
didn't know they had a guy. Is it a leprechaun?
Yes.
Um, 6.
But the Keebler elves, the cookies. The little dudes in the tree making all the chocolate and shit.
6. Can't rate him over Tony the Tiger.
Fuck. All right. I don't think I have anything else. Maybe that'll be the question today. What's your favorite brand mascot?
Yeah, I like that. I think that'll be a good question. But yeah, so moving on from random questions. Pet peeves. I don't know if you have any.
I have one submitted by a viewer,
Okay, let's hear that one.
and I 100% agree with it. This is from Wes. It's when you're driving and the person in front of you is making a turn and they come to a complete stop and nothing. Like if I'm just cruising along and you're turning and I'm at least, 3 car lengths back, I should not have to touch my brakes.
Yeah, no, I hate that. I do hate that a lot. And complete stop is absolutely,
Psychotic.
yeah, that's maniac behavior.
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to get hit?
Yeah.
Maybe,
Maybe that's the goal. Yeah.
maybe, but I think most of the time it's just non-self-aware people. Um, yeah,
What do
that's
you think's gonna
brutal.
happen? You think you're gonna flip your fucking Corolla?
Yeah. I don't know, man. My pet peeve is kind of focused on driving as well. It is focused on driving. And I wrote this down as I was traveling here from Georgia. And it's when you're on the highway and somebody's in the left lane and they're going above the speed limit, but probably like it's 70-mile-an-hour speed limit. They're probably going like 74 and they're just cruise control in the left lane. And like I come up behind you going pretty fast and like have some self-awareness,
Move over.
just move over.
Yeah. I'll do that.
I hate that.
I'll move. No, I'll move over.
Yeah, you should. That's
Yeah.
the rules of the
If
road.
you notice somebody's getting close to you, you pop over.
Right. I honestly, riding in the left lane is a pet peeve as well. If you're not passing someone,
Technically passing lane, but I definitely ride in the left lane. I'm not gonna sit here in front. But I'm not gonna hold up traffic. I'm gonna get over.
I hate you. You do what you have to do. You pass who you need to pass, and you get back in the right lane until it's time to pass somebody again.
Yeah,
The
but
only
I'm
the
usually passing everyone.
Then that's okay, but you still get in the right lane when you're not passing someone.
Don't tell me how to drive. I'm a professional
Oh
driver.
God, I feel for those people on the road
Class
commute.
A, baby.
Yeah. Um, but that seriously irks me. It seriously does. Um, but yeah, that's my pet peeve.
Okay.
Um,
We're gonna run out of shit we don't like. Actually, no, I won't.
there's no chance we run out of shit. I'll just start talking about the same stuff because I don't like it that much. Um, but final thoughts. Coming the midweek episode to a close. We have two albums submitted by listeners that we need to listen, and we're gonna do a review of.
The first one was submitted by Breezy. It is the album Archangels by the Archangels. And I've listened to this album before, but Trey hasn't, so I think that'll be a good one. I think it'll be a different pace for him than stuff he's listened to in the past.
Is this gonna be the type of music I listen to like in the gym? Like, is this some headbanging stuff or
No, no, no.
no?
No, it's like soft rock, I'd say.
Okay, okay. So good listening music.
Good driving music.
Nice.
And the other album was submitted by Mikey Two Sticks by the Red Clay Strays Moment of Truth. And I haven't listened to this one either.
Okay, I've heard him talk about the red clay strays, and he's spoken pretty highly of them. So,
Yeah.
I'm interested in that. I'm interested in both. I got a long drive on Sunday, so I'll definitely check those out.
And we have some answers to polls. 2 people said they would try extreme ownership. We had 2 people voting. Do they believe in ghosts? One yes, one no. We did ask a question. What are your thoughts on the current state of politics? JK, we don't do that here. Are you a glizzy gobbler?
And Mike said, "Yes, I'm a glizzy gobbler."
Mike said Trump 2024, and we do not endorse that, nor do we not endorse it. I don't know. You don't know who we are. You don't know our opinions. You don't need to know our opinions.
Yeah, this isn't a political podcast.
I'm just saying what the people
Trump
said.
train.
Sleepy Joe, baby. Um,
I will say, I do have to say this. There's not two better leaders in the free world that we could be voting for.
I would literally vote for anybody who listens to this before I vote for either of those 2 people. So I'm writing in Mikey Two Sticks, Breezy 7060 on my fucking ballot.
And you wasted your vote.
You still got to do it, buddy. At least that's what my mom said. I don't even know if that's true. What else we got? Anything?
Um, the burning of CB, right? It's the annual burning. This is the summer burning. And summer burnings tend to hit different than winter burnings.
Yeah, it will depend on if women are there.
Oof.
Yeah.
If they're not.
If they're not, shirt might get unbuttoned.
Woo. Um,
Eee.
but yeah, we're gonna hit all the spots, so you're gonna know where to find us. Um,
This is your formal invitation.
formal invite. Um, come on out. Let's burn her to the ground. Um, but all I have left to say is don't commit extra podcastrial affairs.
We got to figure out how to spell that to title it.
I
Also, I'm going to bleep out my address.
I think you probably should, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do a voiceover
You
over it.
might get hate mail
Fucking Christ.
or fan mail.
Or someone's fucking head in the mail.
That'd be crazy. All right, man. Well, if you don't got anything else, I think that's a good midweek episode.
This didn't give me a timer, so who knows how long this was.
Yeah, maybe it didn't record.
If it didn't record, I'll be so fucking mad.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still here? Why don't you go have sex with your wife, you fucking cuck?